girls, children of all ages. Welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. As we continue on the best of NXT TakeOver, getting ready for NXT TakeOver Philadelphia, the best tag title matches in NXT TakeOver history. Number 10 comes from the first Brooklyn show, NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. The Vaudevillains versus Blake and Murphy. Blake and Murphy had the titles going in. The Vaudevillains got the victory. It was a 2 1/4 star match. Number 9 on the list comes from TakeOver in London. We had the Revival retaining their titles versus Enzo Amore and Big Cass. The Revival, kind of an old school throwback tag team. They're about fists, not flips. They've been hurt, it seems like, most of 2017. Now they're both back here in 2018. So hopefully, as they are on Monday Night Raw now, they will be able to get back their old style wins and continue on and do Monday Night Raw tag title division. One of the top tag teams currently in WWE. I gave it 3.5 star. Number 8 on the list comes from Brooklyn 3. We had the team Sanity with Eric Young and Alexander Wolf versus Authors of Pain, Keem and Razor. This is when Sanity actually won the titles. They kind of normally Killian Danes and Alexander Wolf was the tag team part of Sanity, but they try to mix it up a little bit to get Paul Ellering and AOP off their game. And Eric Young took Killian Dane's spot, and they were able to win the NXT tag titles. They held it until this year, and they lost it to the Undisputed Era's Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. I give it 3.5 star. Number 7 on the list, TakeOver Dallas, the American Alpha, Jason Jordan and Chad Gable versus the Revival. The Revival losing their titles to American Alpha. These two teams had a almost year-long feud, it seemed like. I know it was multiple takeovers. I gave it 4 star. American Alpha winning for the first time ever the NXT tag titles. Next, number 6 on the list comes from NXT The End. We had a rematch. We had the Revival versus the NXT Tag Team Champions American Alpha. The Revival becoming two-time NXT Tag Team Champions, the only team ever to do that. The Revival winning the titles versus American Alpha. Same way with Dallas, I gave The End 4 star. Very good match. Two very good tag teams. Number 5 on the list comes from TakeOver San Antonio. We had Authors of Pain versus the NXT Tag Team Champions DIY, Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. AOP coming off their Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic win. Oh wait, this is before that, wasn't it? No, I think they won the tag team tournament before, and this is their shot at the titles. And they were undefeated at the time. They basically steamrolled NXT. Was able to go to NXT TakeOver San Antonio and beat DIY for the NXT Tag Team Championship. I gave it 4 star. TakeOver Orlando. We had a triple threat match for the NXT tag titles, which San Antonio was the January takeover and Orlando was the April takeover from Rumble to Mania. TakeOver Orlando, we had a triple threat elimination match for the NXT tag titles. We had champions AOP, Authors of Pain, defended against the Revival and DIY. The Revival got eliminated first, and then DIY. And then I left AOP retaining their NXT Tag Team Championships. I give it 4 1/4 star. Number 3 on the list, from Brooklyn 2, 4.5 star match. The Revival retaining their titles versus DIY. Again, as talented as both these teams is, this match was awesome. The Revival retaining their titles. And if you watch this video, you might think I'm a DIY Revival fan because the top 5 matches have DIY in it. Revival's in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 matches. That shows you how good these two teams are. And when they have matches together, they're even better. Number 3 comes from Brooklyn 2. I just said that. The Revival versus DIY. And the fallout from that match, and another 4.5 star classic, was a 2 out of 3 falls match at TakeOver Toronto. DIY versus the Revival. DIY winning the titles from the Revival in the 2 out of 3 match at NXT TakeOver Toronto. As we continue, the greatest tag team championship match in NXT TakeOver history, TakeOver Chicago, a ladder match. Authors of Pain versus DIY. I said this in the preview that there's no way that AOP is winning a ladder match versus DIY. There's no reason for that to happen. DIY is one of the greatest tag teams ever. Boy, was I wrong. AOP is fucking talented. Those boys can do it all. 4.5 star classic. AOP winning the ladder match to retain the NXT tag titles. Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano went on to break up. As we all know, Ciampa took out Gargano. Ciampa tore his knee up. ACL, I believe it was. He's been out ever since. Gargano has NXT title match. NXT TakeOver Philadelphia. We'll get into more of what I'm thinking, where that's going, once I do the TakeOver preview. So that is the top 10 best NXT TakeOver tag title matches. So stay tuned to Robert Sports Show for the best NXT women's title matches for TakeOver, and then NXT championship matches from TakeOver, and then the 10 best matches ever at NXT TakeOver. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show, and just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.